I really like Lily Orchard's videos, especially her Glass of Water series. I came across one video I hadn't watched in a while called You're Wrong and That's Okay. She made one point in the video that got me thinking about how I present my opinions and thoughts in videos.
When I present an opinion, I do so with the confidence that my opinion is right. It goes without saying, doesn't it? I wouldn't have the opinion if I didn't think it was right, and if I held an opinion and simultaneously didn't believe that opinion to be a correct one, I would reevaluate my opinion and change it in order to be right. That's what a smart person does. Hell, that's what a moderately intelligent person does. As a result, my videos present themselves with the confidence of a singular voice.
I was thinking about how I speak in my videos about my beliefs and opinions, and I came to the realization that I actually really sugarcoat my opinions. Not just in videos, but in real life too. Which is weird because I always considered myself to be really opinionated. I think the closest to my blunt, honest opinion I've ever posted was in my Grimmi's Unwanted opinions video about Voltron, the legendary defender. The thing about Clanties is that outside of the ship, they don't care about Lance or Keith. If Lance and Keith aren't together, well then it's shit. How dare Allura be in the way? Or even, heck yeah, she died, now our ship will be canon. Like, no, stop, that's disgusting. What if Keith had sacrificed himself in season 4 and really had died? How would you feel if Allura's shippers went, heck yeah, Keith is dead, now Allura's will be canon? That sort of mentality is really immature and just shows that you don't care about the characters or the show. You only care about clans becoming canon and proves that you're just a horny fujoshi who can't like something unless it's got gay written all over it, which in turn shows how shallow you are as a person. If you can only like or hate something based off of their sexuality, race, gender, political opinions, nationality, religion, or anything else, that makes you an immature and shallow person by default, and you can fight me on that. The reason why I think I kind of hold back on my opinions is that I've changed my opinions on things in the past a lot, and have ended up being wrong or revising my opinions. I used to despise Steven Universe to the point where I made a redesigning video of Steven, but now I just have a passive indifference to the show and just enjoy some of the songs. I still have my opinions, but I just don't aggressively hate it anymore. Steven Universe is still overrated though. Anyway, the point is that I think I don't want to say any of my opinions as my opinions because they've changed so much as I have grown. Maybe as a young adult I'll be able to have more concrete opinions that I can actually stand by in a month's time, but at the moment it seems that my opinions waver between OMG I love this, it's perfect, to actually it's kind of disappointing within a week. Not with everything of course, but it has happened. So I guess I sugarcoat my opinions so that if my opinions do change, I won't have an angry outburst to haunt me in the future. I also think that another reason why I sugarcoat my opinions is that I don't really want a confrontational fight, as much as I love to argue. Maybe it's cowardice or just a case of I can't be bothered, or more likely the fact that I'm as stubborn as a mule and still hate being told I'm wrong, especially when I think I'm right. When I say this, it's mostly on subjective opinions like what is considered art or which character is the best. If I'm factually wrong on something, like the name of a country or the timeline of an event, or I'm misinformed because I was told the wrong information, or I was only seeing a situation from one's perspective, obviously I'm going to want to change my opinions or views on that thing. That's why with a lot of my opinions, I have a case-by-case attitude. I overall believe that you should forgive people, but if somebody has done something so horrible that it's morally wrong to forgive someone, then yeah, forgiving that person would be wrong. But when it comes to more trivial things like characters or fandom, I don't really have a reason to why I should want to sugarcoat my opinions other than I don't want to deal with people having a go at me because they disagree. Honestly, I think I've even been too nice to people or characters that don't deserve it. An example of this is my comments on what I think of Captain Marvel in my Grimmi's Unwanted Opinions video on the MCU. I hate her in the comics, I hate her in the movie. She's about as interesting as stale Weetabix, has no character development, and is just one big fat bleh to me. At least Monica Rambeau would have been more visually interesting than this incarnation of a blank piece of wet cardboard. When she was Miss Marvel in the comics, she was somewhat likable, but I literally never cared about her. But ever since she became Captain Marvel in the comics, she's been nothing but a brat, a horrible person and borderline villainous, and not the good kind. She's so boring. And that did not translate well into the movie. You'd think this was me being harsh, but no, that was me being gentle with Cap Marv. I can be so much more brutal when I get passionate about a topic. What I was really thinking was... Carol Danvers is a shit stain on Marvel's comic book history, along with X-23 and all of the all-new, all-different Marvel-approved wannabe diversity replacement superheroes that don't hold a damp matchstick to the original characters. Both her comics and movie backstory are crap, and there's nothing about her that makes me sympathetic towards her traumas that every single comic book character has already experienced and already done better. The fact that people are trying to make her the most powerful Marvel character is idiotic, seeing how in the comics she was pummeled by Thanos in her binary form while Thor was actually doing damage. She's aesthetically uninteresting and just makes me think of DC's Power Girl cosplaying as her version of Superman, or Power Girl's an equally uninteresting character. If Carol is supposed to be good representation for women, then our standards for good female characters have plummeted further than I realised. Not to mention, I don't fucking care about representation because all I really want out of Marvel is seeing Wolverine and Sabretooth fight like the feral animals they are to the bloody death. I'd rather have a 200-year-old, 6'6" feral hunk of misogynistic serial murderer muscle villain that is 80s Sabretooth over bland girl power wannabe Superman that is about as inspiring as moldy white bread that's been left out in the rain. Fucking fight me. I'm not actually kidding. I love Victor Creed, especially when he's at his most feral and despicable. Anyway, you get my point. I still got my opinions across in the original video, but not as aggressively and bluntly as I could have done. Honestly, I could add more to my opinions if I really thought more about it. Maybe it's because I was bullied and criticized for being blunt and opinionated when I was quite young, but I mellowed out my views and put a filter on. I don't know if I should filter my opinions so that my views are less aggressive and be more, family friendly, or if I should just be honest and deal with whatever consequences come my way. There was a situation in my course with one student, who I do consider a friend, got into trouble for being too aggressive about his opinions. Now, admittedly, some of his opinions were factually wrong, such as believing a mental illness isn't a thing. And I say were because he's changed his opinions as far as I'm aware. I'm grossly summarizing the situation that actually happened, but the basic point I'm trying to get through is that I don't want to be aggressive to the point where it gets me into trouble, and when I get passionate about a topic, I do get passionate, which I think comes across as aggressive. Which is why I really like Lily Orchard's videos so much. I like how she speaks and most of what she says, but she gets criticized a lot for being blunt about her opinions and beliefs, so I'm stuck between wanting to be honest, but not wanting backlash for the way I say things. And the problem is that at the very end of every video where I've said my opinion, I'm always a little dissatisfied of what I've said because I don't think it gets how passionately I feel about the topic across to the audience enough. I also want to be employed, so having aggressive opinions about the industry I want to be part of is probably not good for my career. But it's not my fault Marvel is fucking stupid and gives me a boatload to criticize. Like, don't even get me started on America Chavez.